that cut now over.
He did. He showed up for Team USA.
Yeah. Hardware to add to his collection.
Walsh missing. Over to Walsh. Missing from...
Doesn't have a lot of room.
No. Wnba, left-hand floater won't drop. 11 points now. You mentioned Kuz played in 40 games as a rookie last season with the Mavericks, and they're keeping an eye on him and monitoring his growth.
Think about the value of that, experiencing that in the minutes, but the taste of what that feels like in the postseason, in the playoffs. Same could be said. A lot of individuals.
House once again downhill. Extra pass. Shireman. Outside look. House won't take it. Clock winding down. Kick out. Three-pointer. Harper. Boom. 11 points off the bench for Harper. Prosper with the clock winding down. Kick in the corner. Gortman the answer. And we have game clock, and the Celtics will have to go the length of the floor. Shireman heaves it. Walsh makes the catch, fires, and that would have counted, but falls short. And the good moments throughout this Summer League play.
Angel had mentioned the fast break points, and sometimes when you're taking the ball out of the net, it's hard to get running. They haven't had a ton of stops against the Mavs at it.
Celtics going to try to work themselves back into this ball game. They still technically have a shot of getting into the top four, but they need a win. They really need a blowout, and they'll need some help with some of the other teams who are currently undefeated. Three-pointer in the corner from Gortman.
Dallas, they're looking for their first win of Summer League. And I don't care what you say. When you're a competitor, when you come out, you step on the floor, they've started to put together better outings. But at some point, you want to see a slash mark in that W column.
Oh, how about that block inside by Miller? Outside, Tilly takes his time, squares up, and connects. Angel?
Yeah, well, you guys were just talking about how this team has yet to win in the Summer League, but it's very interesting for a group that has not been able to build the chemistry over the last 3 games. They are very attentive. I was able to check in on their huddle just a few times ago, and it's
their NBA dream. And so for this coaching staff, really across all 30 teams, to get them to play together, to not be selfish, and make it about themselves.
These players, what they need to recognize is those are the type of things that teams, scouts, front office, that's what they're looking for. Are you looking to just get your own, to put up points, to show that you can score? Those are the things that look flashy. For many of these players, their fit and their hold on in the league will be the complementary roles or doing some of those intangibles. And it is, Angel mentioned, I think too for Dallas, that's such an impressive thing. I mentioned talking to Assistant General Manager Matt Riccardi, and he said this year we look at what we have in our Dallas Mavericks roster coming off of a finals appearance, and he said this Summer League we went with a lot of young guys. He said sometimes you bring in veterans or players that have been around or see where they're only played in that first game. He's been out the last couple, but he's a huge impact player, point guard. We want to see what type of leadership that they can show, how they can grow, and a lot of these other individuals. Look at Smooth.
Prosper is prospering.
I was going to say, I'm glad he fell hard the other possession. He was kind of messing with his wrist. I'm glad to see he's okay. But that's where every team, every organization, every Summer League, it's different.
House in and out on the 3.
And for coaching staffs, too, to come together. And then they're in roles that allow them to grow. You mentioned Jared Dudley, but everyone taking a part in that.
There's Prosper. He's had a solid ball game. Going at Tilly, picks up his dribble, out to Lawson. Clock winding down. Prosper left alone. Bottoms.
Splat. He looks comfortable. He looks good. A lot on the attack and trying to get to the rim early on in the game. Now things have opened up from the outside.
Mavs really have to be pleased with the way Prosper is playing. Walsh battling inside. And
time playing with Dallas, shot just under 30% from 3.
Substitution. And Ricky Lindo Jr. is going to check into the ball game for the Mavericks. so important for these guys to try to make an impact, see if they can get on a roster. More and more teams need young players taking minimum contracts, including the Celtics squad, who, I don't know if you looked at their salaries upcoming season.
Have the great fortune of having the brilliant mind that can explain all the things about the new CBA, the salary cap, all the aprons. Bobby Marks is going to join us.
Yes.
Next game on ESPN between the Knicks and Pistons.
Lawson with the 3. Yeah, their team salary with the Celtics around $900 million. It's a rough estimate.
Get healthy, get back to join that. But the Celtics, for as much as we've talked about them winning the final, 6 of the last year, they made it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals.
Watson with the bucket. 66-55. Oh, Gortman, the floater won't go. Left is short. Tilly gets it back. Trying to drive on Prosper. That little floater won't go, and Lindo Jr. the rebound. 11-point advantage for the Mavs nearing the midway mark of this third quarter. Prosper has been on one. ISO with Walsh. Little bounce pass inside. Lindo kicking it out. Lawson firing the 3. Short, but a foul on his favorite out of the East. Most folks' favorite coming out of the East, but you got Paul George going to Philadelphia. Got the New York Knicks, who we'll have in our second game, which will be on ESPN, adding Mikal Bridges. There are some teams, Milwaukee, want to be healthy this upcoming season.
Well, and also just the things about the Denver Nuggets last year at this time and I know they lost a couple pieces. Most notably, it was Bruce Brown last year, and big news. Expected to sign Russell Westbrook after a few moves made here.
Oh, nice hustle by the Celtics. Harper short on the 3. Got his own. House on the drive. Outside, Walsh. Nice closeout by Prosper. Walsh driving and got the pretty lay-in.
Strong on the attack, but I think that there's so many variables that come into it, and the way things look, the way the roster shake out now, how much can change. Obviously, health plays a huge factor, but the pressure on the Celtics last year, I think, to that point and what they accomplished, now getting that kind of weight off their shoulders.
Oh, what a hustle block. Prosper getting back. Pushing it the other way. In the corner, Lawson firing. Money.
Shut up here. I like this. I like the competitiveness. Yes. I like the chippiness. A little trash talking by Dallas.
Yeah, they're up by 12. As we mentioned, they're 0-3 so far in Summer League play. Looking to get their first W and looking good thus far through the better part of 3 quarters. Cook, bully ball. And the Celtics still within striking distance. They've been struggling from the floor. Take over 43% shooting, but they're struggling taking care of the basketball. This is a Jensa step back 3. Didn't get enough on it. And now here comes House. Celtics looking to cut into this double-digit lead. Walsh, long range, off the heel, up ahead. Lawson beating the pack, laid it in. Catch and finish for 2.
The energy always, but it's not just that he's scoring, it's how he's scoring within the context of the way Dallas wants to play. He's doing so really efficiently.
Walsh on the drive, nifty finish, plus the foul. Walsh starting to come alive.
Good anticipation, great hands, and for Walsh, just the acknowledgement how to get under him and get that shot off.
Walsh couldn't hit the free throw, and loose ball foul inside. It's going to be Mavericks basketball.
Angel for sure was a shooter, but you missing some outside. Get to the basket.
Yes.
See it go through. Get a feel. Good little balance. Girl, I
My
know.
senior year as well.
Come on.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
And if they want to hand out more money with the Celtics, I'm pretty sure they'll take 3 more people. I don't know if they have any availability, but I'm pretty sure they can take us 3.
Here's Walsh once again getting downhill and earns a trip back to the free throw line.